This video will show you how to replace the serpentine belt that goes around your AC and power steering pump on a Ford Transit-250. This will be mounted on the front of your engine. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. We're making our way down along the front of the engine compartment. In this area is where we can see our belt. Let's start the removal process with our serpentine belt tensioner towards the driver's side of the engine, located just underneath this housing. So I'm using my 15mm to make my way down to my tensioner. I'm using a regular wrench for this. I'm going to be turning this counterclockwise. This does release tension from the belt. Now, while I hold pressure on this, I need to carefully remove that serpentine belt from the water pump pulley we can see up along the top area here. Now, this can be difficult to reach down by hand, so I'm just using an angled pick. If you can do it by hand, you can just do it that way. So it can be difficult getting the belt off, just requires a little bit of patience here. There we go, we can remove our tool. Now, before we fully remove this belt, just pay attention to the routing of it. There's really only a few pulleys that it goes around. Slide this off. Go ahead and remove the belt. A quick inspection and we'll set this aside. Now that I have the first belt out of the way, let's make our way towards the passenger side. Now this is where we can see the belt that we're removing. We have our serpentine belt tensioner right here. Let's go ahead and start turning this clockwise so we can release tension from the belt. I'm using a 13mm. Right in the center here is the pivot point. Now I do want to press this up against there, so I'm just using a pry bar. Let's slide the belt out of position. Now at this point, as we remove the belt, we just want to pay attention to the routing. It goes over some pulleys and under others. There it is, friend. Before we install our belt, let's make sure we clean the mounting area. So we're paying attention to each one of our pulleys. We have the grooved pulleys, and we also have our smooth pulley. For this, I'm just going to use some compressed air and give it a close inspection. Okay friend, now it's time to install our brand new AC power steering serpentine belt. Let's carefully get this in place. Now as you remember, we had to use our 13mm for that tensioner. So we'll get the belt into as close to the proper position as possible before making our way down to the tensioner. Let's get this in place. I'm going to start all the way down at that power steering pump. If you need to, you can make your way underneath the vehicle to line this up. So I'm just going to take the belt, we'll bring it around the AC compressor from the bottom. Let's make sure we got it on that lower pulley. Now the belt itself will have to go around the tensioner. Let's carefully get it over the harmonic balancer here. Goes on the inner channel. Obviously, we want to make sure we're completely seated, especially on the pulleys that have those grooves. We don't want to cause damage to the brand new belt. Just double check that real quick. Looks like my lower pulley needs to be adjusted. Now I'm holding pressure on this. I have to make my way back to the belt tensioner with my 13mm. We'll be pivoting this clockwise to release tension. Let's get the belt in the proper position here. Now, before I remove my tool from the tensioner, let's have one more quick look along the belt on each one of the pulleys. We're confirming that the belt's properly seated. As I mentioned, especially on the grooved pulleys, if it's off by even one tooth, you're going to damage the belt. Take your time, double check, remove the tool when you're done. Before we get the belt in place, let's make sure we clean these pulleys. I'm going to use some compressed air. Now let's install that other belt. As for the belt, I'm coming all the way down to my harmonic balancer. That's the lowest pulley in the center of the engine. Let's start there. I'm just going to get the belt in place. As we get this in position, we have to make sure it's in the proper routing, and we also want to make sure it's seated properly along each one of the pulleys. This can be fairly difficult. Now I'm just bringing the belt around the tensioner. Now I can get my tool on the tensioner itself. We're going to be pivoting this counterclockwise, releasing tension from that tensioner and belt, so I can get the belt in the proper positioning up along my water pump pulley. So I'm just pressing down on that tensioner. I'm sliding the belt over the smooth pulley of the tensioner. Now, before we make our way out of here with the tool, one last quick inspection of our belts to confirm they're in the proper placement here. This looks good. Go ahead and remove your tool. Okay, friend, we finished our installation. Now the next thing we have to do is start the vehicle. Let it run for 5 seconds and turn it right back off. Make your way out here and triple check the belt routing, confirming that it's seated properly. Aside from that, close the hood and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.